Hello, I am Archivist Aaron, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back to some Final Fantasy. But this is the second game, so I have no idea anything about this game except for what we can assume from the first game. I assume it's very similar, but we'll have to see. Hello, unknown man. How's it going? I hope yesterday was very good and you had a very special day. But you missed the entire you did. Yeah. It's funny cuz last time I basically went through a whole training arc because I couldn't beat the final boss as I was. I probably could have if I really tried and had a lot of luck, but basically I went on a big training arc where I boosted our XP gains to 4 times and basically doubled the level of all my characters, and also finished the entire bestiary, so that was good. Was Chaos was the final boss, yes. He was difficult. I also found the secret boss, so I got a lot of achievements, doubled all my characters' levels, and beat up Chaos all in like an hour and a half, so it was a productive day. But now we're on to the second game, and now we get to see what that's all about, and you get to choose your class again, so that'll be fun. Time for the bad. Is this the bad one? As in like the worst out of all of them, or just worse than the first one? I don't know, but we'll name Guy. It's just a guy. Okay. So we can't change our classes in this, it looks like. It seems like we're just kinda here. It also doesn't even tell me what classes they are, so that makes it a little bit difficult. Which one's the black mage? You know, I don't know. She doesn't look like a black mage. He looks too armored to be a black mage. Maybe this guy? I don't know. The purple cape is, no one has starting classes. You level them how you want. Oh, okay, okay. Well then, that makes it a bit easier then. So we will go, so look-wise, unknown man, you'll take Leon? Okay. We'll make you be Leon then. Maria technically is a black mage because the highest stats for it. Uh-huh. Maria it is. Okay. I suppose you will be the woman of the group. We'll just leave him as that. And then this guy looks the most armored, so I'm gonna make him the tank. That was Void last time, so we might as well keep that. I don't know. It makes it difficult to choose who Morg would be because there's only one woman, and now they're unknown man. But he's gonna be the black mage, so don't worry about Leon. Oh, is I don't know how to interpret that, but all right. And we got friggin' Freon gas up here, and just Guy. I'll make Guy be Morg because he looks like he might have some healing in him. I don't know. And then what was the last name I used? It was Ebos. Might as well just use the same ones, unless Snail wants to be participating in this. We could switch one to them. I mean, it's really experimental. It went real hard on the story and got fancy with the gameplay. That can be good. So it's kind of like the Dark Souls 2 of the Final Fantasy franchise. Either like they went really off the rails with it, and either people love it or people hate it, kind of thing. Because that's kind of how Dark Souls 2 was as well. But yeah, it is kind of weird not being able to choose the classes. I kind of expected, honestly, even more classes in this game than in the previous one. But I guess we'll have to see once we get it. Which I guess kind of makes more sense this way, because at least from what I know from like Final Fantasy XIV, you choose your class as you go, and then you can like change the class mid-game as well. So at least from what I know from that, this is more in alignment with that. But we're just gonna get going, I suppose. If Snail does not want to be in the party with us, we'll just go with the same names for, you know, continuity. That's the word my brain was trying to think of. So let's go. It's really funny to me that the one name with man in the name is on the woman, but you know, make you Guy. Okay, we'll make you who used to be Guy. I'll just make it Snail. I don't know exactly what you prefer name-wise, but that's just what I've been calling you. And we'll go. Any important lore you missed in the ending? Not really. A long-lived peace. I'm sure they're gonna catch you up on any important lore here. And I heard that all the Final Fantasy games are kinda... is at an end. Is kind of... they're all kind of standalone, so you don't have to know too much of the lore from previous games to get the next ones. The Emperor of Palamecia, okay, has begun his campaign for world conquest. Those words were a little too fast. Like, if I'd read it in my head, I might have been able to... Rebel army arose in the kingdom of Fynn to thwart the Emperor's plans. That guy just ran off. The rebel's castle fell to an all-out assault. Okay. It's still very fast. Is that my... did I turn on like a setting to make that go too fast? I don't know. Or is that just normal? Because that's almost faster than I can read myself. With little choice, the rebels withdrew to the remote something. Why do rebels have a castle in the first place? Rebellions aren't usually that rich. 4 youths from Fynn also found themselves... okay, they lost their parents at the hands of the Empire. But their escape wasn't over. I should probably read it in my head and then say it out loud after. Oh! Well, it was a good run, guys. This doesn't look good for us, if you ask me. Why are we just fighting Black Knights right off the bat? Flee? I don't know, I guess we'll try to attack. Does it want me to just flee? Because I could. So what's the number after our name, or after our healths? Is that our mana? Did they do away with the... no, you don't have any magic, so you can't hit mana. I don't know. I guess just attack things. It's MP? Okay. Interesting. Miss. Miss. Dead. Dead. Possibly dead. No, they'll survive. No. They almost had it. Will he live? Says Hilda. Tutorial NPCs will explain a lot of about the mechanics. Okay. He will. I sense a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. We found them like this on the escape from Fynn, and fallen from terrible wounds. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. This sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let him rest now. Just leave him on the floor? Couldn't you have, like, put that sigil under a bed or something? You know, it seems like he'll be real sore when he wakes up from just sleeping on stone floors. But, you know, maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Best be off to the meeting. I imagine they're already waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Bafsk. But their attack will begin in earnest. What's with the names of this one? You know, the last one I understood all the names for the most part, but here already, like, Finn and Bafsk, like, there's some weird names. We cannot sit idly by and watch, we must act. Okay, bye. I'm just gonna sit here on the stone floor, I guess. They probably didn't even turn on the heating for me. It's probably freezing in here. Ebos asks, where am I? Void. Unknown man. Snail. Where are you? It's a good question, Ebos. I guess Ebos is the main character now? He's the protagonist? I don't even know if he's here, but... Ebos, you're alive! Unknown man, you want to narrate for your own person? You go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, great. Anyway. I'm fine, unknown man. You seem alright too, Snail. But wait, where's Void? Where is Void? Princess of Finn, save us. But Void not here. What? Not Void is not here. Just Void not here. Good job, unknown man. You did great. Snail, you might want to work on your, you know, English skills, because just Void not here, that, I don't know. Seems a bit odd wording. I see. Don't worry, I'm sure he's okay. I speak like Cape. Oh, really? Does he now? That's pretty great. So you've regained your strength. Very good. Your life force is strong indeed. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, your highness, but there is something I must ask of you. Please let us join... Please let us to join the rebel army. I don't know. I feel like that is correct in some context, but my brain is saying that that's not right. Because, like, let us to join, I would think that you would just say, let us join. Or allow us to join. But I don't know, maybe I'm just nitpicking now. You know, ever since the, you know, caveman speak, my brain is just, like, hyper English mode, trying to make sure everything's actually correct. I could never allow such a thing. You know nothing of battle. Oh, we got some battle. We got kind of obliterated, but I'm sure that counts as experience, right? You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. Unknown man. No, I'm not gonna do that every time. It's weird because in the last one, none of the characters actually spoke, so it was never me speaking for, you know, people in chat. I mean, at least with Ebos, you know, I don't know if he's here, so it's less awkward, but, you know, and it's unknown man. No home, no mo. That's, yep. That is what unknown man says. The Imperials attacked and our parents. Wait, our parents? Are you guys siblings? Or are you just saying, like, collectively, all of your parents have died? I don't know. It's, context-wise, it's hard to tell. I am truly sorry, but that changes nothing. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. The password is Wild Rose, remember it well. Okay. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. Is it Finn or Fine? Probably Finn, right? Maria and Leon are her siblings, but the other two are just friends. Who is Maria? That's the woman. That's the female. That's unknown man, I think. It represents our hope of a flourishing future of strength and beauty. But what will become of Finn now? I've heard that the Empire's captives suffer there in confinement even as we speak. Unknown man, your brother Void is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Finn as well. But Finn is far too dangerous to travel to now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. They still stalk the streets, huh? Yeah, Void is your brother. So that's we're on a quest to save your family, unknown man. How could you forget? Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. Nothing ever is. The man at my right is Minwoo. What kind of name is Minwoo? I'm just saying. The names in this game, man. The white wizard who tended your wounds. Speak with him before you leave. He may be of some assistance. Can I learn anything else? No. Alright. Yeah, if it's the same, you know, can't believe we lost Void right after every single parent died. Yes. Yes, every parent in the world is dead. 'Tis a tragedy. Oh, I see your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. I don't know why I instantly changed his voice. This wasn't what he sounded like earlier in the game. When he said, I see your future clearly, I was like, I need to give him more like a deep mystical voice, you know? You will begin by journeying to Finn. That is the first step towards realizing your fate. Wild Rose? You wasted no time using the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of value by listening. I offer you one more bit of advice before you depart for Finn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at a sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Finn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. No key turns to learn. Okay, bye. So, I guess we can actually... Oh no, is this gonna be like a Daggerfall? I had so much trouble with Daggerfall, because when you go up to a person, the people don't just say like, oh, you are the hero, here is some information you need, like in the previous Final Fantasy game where you just walk up to people and they tell you anything applicable that they know. In Daggerfall, they were just like, what do you want? And you actually need to ask them exactly what you want to know, and 99.9% of the time they know nothing, and they're just gonna be like, I hate you, go away, and that's it. So, is it gonna be like that, where I actually have to, like, pick options when talking to people and choose what I want to talk about? Because that sounds like it's going to be a problem. Heading to Finn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. Is that supposed to rhyme? Is this that mystical that he just rhymes everything he says? It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city is crawling with the Empire's monsters. Okay, that didn't rhyme. To the north lies a small village called Gatrea. Judging by the look of you, you'd be lucky to make it that far. Before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit the room with the sigil that saved your life. There, you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're going to need all the advice they can spare. Oh, really? You like his Izzard hat? It is very nice, isn't it? The port of Paloom lies not far east of here, but a lake separates us, so you won't be able to reach the town without a canoe. Why is it in green? I mean, I understand it's talking about, like, it's an item, but I felt like I had to say it differently because it was in a different color. How about you guards that are just staring at the wall next to the door? This is the Rebel Army's war room. This is the Rebel Army's war room. This is the Rebel Army's war room. Okay. Apparently this is the Rebel Army's war room. Did you know that? Are you familiar that this is the Rebel Army's war room? Oh. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Let's start top left, I guess. Shall I teach you a thing or two about weapons? There are 7 weapon categories: swords, spears, axes, staves, knives, bows, and unarmed. Swords, spears, axes, staves, and knives are one-handed weapons and can be equipped along with a shield. Really, spears? That's a bit odd. Staves are even more... Okay. Aside from in Ashron's Call, in what context do you use a staff in one hand? I mean, I know that there's some shorter staves, but 90% of staves, I think, are like two-handed weapons that most of their versatility is lost if you just make it into like a beaten stick that you hold in one hand, you know? So how is a stave a one-handed weapon? Of course, to be fair, you are able to technically wield a shield with a two-handed weapon. You know, if it's a smaller shield and it's strapped to your arm, you could hold a weapon and still kind of use the shield as arm protection. That is entirely possible. And there are short spears, which is why I didn't mention that, but most of a spear's efficiency and usefulness comes from its length and ability to increase your reach. You know, if it's a short spear, pretty much all that you have is pretty much just a sword that can only thrust. It's like a rapier, but more cheap, I guess. I mean, a sharp stick is a lot cheaper than a sword, but, you know, it's basically just a sword that you can only stab with. Although I guess it could do, like, piercing / bludgeoning damage, which could be good. You know, depending on who you're fighting, you could just bludgeon them with the spear shaft, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking this through so much. It just seems weird that staves would be one-handed weapons. It's throwing me off. Anyways, it is also possible to equip 2 one-handed weapons, one in each hand. Equipping a bow requires 2 free hands, but allows a character to attack with the same damaging force from the rear row of the party formation. Fighting unarmed is another splendid choice and can be as powerful as any weapon. Unfortunately, equipping a shield cuts an unarmed combatant's attack power in half. So if you plan to fight unarmed, it's probably wise to just skip shields altogether. Alright. So we can have dual wield. If you count a spear's handle as blunt, then swords would be able to do blunt with pommel strikes. That's true. And not only pommel strikes, but also you can strike forward and hit with the guard. You can also hold by the blade and strike with the guard like that. Do some was that Mordhau, I think is the term for it? Maybe. But yeah, there are multiple ways that swords can be used as blunt instruments, but usually in a combat situation, you're not going to be getting close enough to, you know, smack them in the face, you know? Anywho, what does this guy have to say? Would you care to hear about the information displayed on the status menu? Well, that's breaking the fourth wall immediately, but okay. You can develop the attributes and abilities displayed on the status menu by fighting battles. Yes, it's an RPG, who would have guessed? Attributes such as strength and magic will change according to the actions you take in battle. If a character attacks, his or her strength and weapon skill may improve. Similarly, if a character uses magic, his or her spirit, intellect, and magic level may improve. Oh. So is he saying that the abilities that we use level up? It's kind of like Elder Scrolls, where the stuff you use levels up, and the stuff you don't use doesn't level up as fast? Is that what he was saying? I think so. But that would be an interesting way to go about it. Exactly like Elder Scrolls? Okay, well, at least I'm familiar with that system, you know? Because I have played pretty much all the Elder Scrolls games, except for the first one. And the MMO. I haven't played the MMO either. There are 11 different attributes that can change. Would you like me to explain these 11 attributes in more detail? I would love for you to. HP! If a character loses HP during battle, his or her maximum HP will increase. Participating in lots of battles can also increase maximum HP. Okay, so that is a bit different than Elder Scrolls, because in Elder Scrolls it was either that when you level up a certain number of times, you can increase your stats like health, stamina, or mana, or it was that I think just pure level ups can sometimes increase your base health. I think that's how it was in like Oblivion and stuff. But, or no, I don't remember. It's been a while since I did Oblivion and Morrowind. But anyways, but it's interesting that here, it's like, actually, if you take a lot of damage, you will actually get more and more health, which means that Unknown Man, funny enough, will probably be the tankiest out of us, because for some reason, the enemies seem to really like attacking him. So, you know, oh, but now they can't, because then it would be sexist, you know, because we got everyone else is male and Unknown Man's the only female, so, you know, if they attack him, they can't do that. That would just be rude. So maybe Unknown Man will finally catch a break. But yes, MP. If a character's MP drops during battle, his or her maximum MP will rise. You know, I wish that they would just say there. Like, cause his or her, you know, sound, it's a bit wordy when he could just say there, you know? But anyways. Strength. Attacking during battle will increase a character's strength. Stamina. If a character loses HP during battle, his or her stamina will improve. Spirit. While using white magic in battle will increase the caster's spirit. Agility. Battling while your evasion is high will raise agility. Intellect. Using black magic in battle will increase the caster's intellect. Magic. If a character's MP drops during battle, his or her magic will rise. Accuracy. As strength rises, so will accuracy. Equipping better weapons also improves accuracy. Evasion. There's a lot of stats in this game. Being attacked by foes will raise evasion. Equipping a shield will also improve evasion. Which is... I mean, I guess it depends on what you count as evasion. I was thinking of evasion as, like, dodging. But I suppose that, in theory, you can evade damage by blocking it. That would be a way of using that word, but I would think your evasion would go down with a shield if you're talking simply about, like, dodging. Because shields are generally decently heavy and cumbersome. So, yeah. Magic defense. When foes cast spells on a character, his or her magic defense will rise. As you can see, it never hurts to try all manner of things in battle. Alright then, so I'm guessing we want to... Forcing blows to be glancing. That could work. But, I'm guessing we want to basically pick what each character's specialty will be and just have them do that a lot. You know, I mean, we'll want some well-roundedness, but we'll probably want to, like, very much try to level up specific characters in specific ways so that we can get a well-rounded group in that way. And everyone's not just attacking all the time and only leveling their strength. What would you say to a little lesson on skill levels, eh? Skill levels can be divided into two broad categories: weapon skill levels and magic skill levels. But wait, there's more! Weapon skill levels are divided by weapon types, such as swords and axes. Similarly, magic skill levels are divided by spells. Spells like Cure and Fire each have their own skill level. Attacking with a given type of weapon improves the corresponding weapon skill. As your skill levels rise, your attack and accuracy with those types of weapons will likewise improve. Casting a given spell improves the corresponding magic skill. Didn't he already say that? No, I think he said weapon skill, but that was basically the same thing, just with magic instead of weapon. Spells become more powerful and effective as their skill levels rise. Okay, well, that's good. So far, we've learned that there's a million types of weapons, there are shields, you level up what skills you use, and there's a million stats, and additionally, you can also level up spells and weapon skills. There's a lot to take in, you know? There's a lot of stats to keep track of here. Would you like to learn about armor? I would love to. There are 4 types of armor: shields, helms, body armor, and gloves. Shields are equipped in the same fashion as one-handed weapons, in either the right hand or the left. Since wearing a shield only requires one hand, you can also equip any one-handed weapon along with it. Can I equip 2 shields? That's the question. Shield only run, let's go. I'll need to see if that's actually possible. You fire one as a base spell, you can level it all the way up. Oh, okay, so instead of, like, going and relearning the same spell over and over, just with higher levels of it, you basically just learn it once and level it up as you gain skill in it. That's actually a lot more convenient. Well, it's at least a lot more cheap, you know? I could see that causing more grinding, which would be less convenient. So, should you so choose, you can equip 2 shields. Oh, he said it right there. Oh, okay. One in each hand. This makes you attack empty-handed, however. Helms are equipped on the head, gloves on the hands and forearms, and body armor, of course, on the body. Provided you can afford it, you should always keep your party protected with good armor. So, he said that you'd fight empty-handed if you have a shield. Does that mean it's doing, like, unarmed damage if you have 2 shields? And does that double your evasion chance if you have 2 shields? Like, my brain is starting to cook up a shield-only run on this bad boy, and I don't know how effective it'll be because I know nothing about the game. You want to know more about the flee command, am I right? I guess. You can escape from battles by selecting the flee command. There's no point in fighting a losing battle. If a foe is too difficult, you're better off fleeing. Think carefully before you act. 2 shields lower your damage output, but you're saying it's possible. Alright, that's our next run here, boys. Shield only Final Fantasy II. Let's go. I don't suppose I could interest you in a lesson on magic. Didn't I just have a lesson on magic? Oh, I guess that was skill levels about magic. There are 2 schools of magic, black magic and white magic. White magic specializes in healing and support spells. For example, Cure restores lost HP, and Life revives characters who've been KO'd. Black magic, on the other hand, specializes in offensive spells. Blizzard deals ice damage, Thunder deals lightning damage, and so on. Which is still kind of weird, because thunder is the sound after lightning. Though, I guess lightning doing lightning damage would be too on the nose, wouldn't it? But you get what I'm saying. It seems like thunder would be more of like a sonic spell than a lightning spell, but you know. No point fighting a losing battle, spoken like someone who isn't incredibly stubborn. I know, right? Characters can learn both black and white magic spells in any combination they choose. However, a character can only learn a maximum of 16 spells. You can use the Forget command to remove any spell a character has already learned. Forgotten spells can be learned again, but their levels reset to 1, so use caution when forgetting spells. Alright, left to right again. Shall I tell you about chests? I don't know, that could be taken numerous ways. Anyways, treasure chests can contain things like items and gil. Also, I never actually figured out how to pronounce the gold here. Is it gil, like gills? Or is there some other weird pronunciation to it? I don't know. But I mean, I can't think of any other way that it would be pronounced, but it's just an odd word to me. But anyways, many treasure chests also hold rare items you'll not find for sale in any shop. If you're lucky enough to come across such items, hold on to them. But treasure chests aren't all gil and glory by any means. Some chests conceal monsters lurking within. Oh, I well know that. The first game had, like, every other chest had monsters. There's no way to know what's inside a chest until you open it, but monsters often accompany especially good loot. Alright, well, thank you. Would you like to hear about monsters? Sure, monster enthusiast man. There are many different types of monsters. Some monsters are vulnerable to certain types of attacks. For example, the undead are weak against fire, and aquatic monsters are weak against lightning. Okay, I knew the aquatic monsters one, but it is odd that it says undead are weak to fire, when in the last game they were weak to light. Or like holy spells in general. They might have been weak to fire as well. I don't think I ever checked, but generally I was using more light-based spells against them, and usually when something did especially high damage against them, it was like the light axe that had the big undead AoE spell innately on it, you know? So it is kind of odd. I wonder if they changed that between the games. However, there are also monsters that absorb particular elemental attacks. Casting fire on a monster made of flame will heal it instead of doing damage. You can damage zombies and other undead with restorative magic like Cure and items like Garlic. But be careful when using spells that steal HP or MP, such as Drain or Osmose. When used against the undead, these spells can backfire and hurt you instead. Oh, goodness gracious. How about a lesson on key terms?
In the course of a conversation with someone, a particularly important word may come up. When this happens, 3 commands will appear. Ask, learn, and key items. Select learn to commit the key term to memory. You can then use ask to ask people about any key terms you've learned. Keep in mind that only certain words can be learned in this way. To show someone an item from your inventory, select key items. When you learn new words or find rare items, you should ask people about the words or show them what you found.
The old guy voice is getting a little more difficult to keep up. I mean, the first like 5 guys was fine, but how many are there? 10?
Would you like me to explain the formation command to you? Use the formation command to assign characters to either the front or the rear row of the party's battle formation. Characters in the front row can attack using any type of weapon. Characters in the rear only do half damage when attacking with anything except bows or magic. However, they only receive half damage from enemies. Assign each character to the row that best suits his or her abilities.
Okay. I think we're done talking to the tutorial guys. And we are now experts at everything this game has to offer. And I'm going to explore this entire castle because, of course I am.
This is the king's bedchamber. His Majesty was grievously wounded in the flight from Fynn. He's been resting here for some time now.
Why don't you just put him on the magic circle thingy?
An arrow struck me in the knee before the battle, leaving me in this state.
And yes, I changed it to knee instead of back because Skyrim, mostly.
Perhaps I really have grown old. My daughter, Hilda, now serves as regent. You should speak with her.
Alright. I already speaked with her, so, you know, I think we're fine on that. Nothing's in here. Okay. Can I sprint? No. I don't think I can. Shift doesn't do anything.
You're in the rebel hideout, in the town of Altair.
Okay, thank you. Those guys it seems like their entire job is just to stand there, not even like blocking anything, and they're just supposed to tell people plainly exactly where they are. It's like they're like a living version of, you know those maps, and the map is like stationed on a wall somewhere and has a little "you are here" thing circled. That's what they are. They're a living variant of that. Gordon, the Prince of Kashuan, is hiding out here in Altair. I don't know what happened, but something has made him lose faith in himself. Alright, I'm gonna go steal your guys' loot. If you don't mind, and even if you do mind, I'm still doing it. Can I steal your weapons too? No. Unfortunate. Princess Hilda fled here when Fynn was sacked. She's doing a remarkable job of leading the rebel army while His Majesty recovers. Alright. Who are the rebels exactly as well? Because they're obviously people who are well, you know, well off enough to have a castle and a king and a princess of rebels. So it seems like maybe it's not like rebels that were taking over a kingdom from within, but more of a rebellion, like somebody turning against their, you know, like liege lord kind of thing. You know, one kingdom that was subjugated under another, but now has like broken free and is rebelling. I don't know.
I'm Paul, greatest thief in the world. They've yet to invent the loot I can't burgle or steal. The imperial coffers have kept my purse fat with gil lately.
Instead of being a splinter group, like you're thinking it's just a rebellion being led by another kingdom? Okay. No key terms to learn.
I never steal from the rebels, you can be sure of that. My home was in Fynn too. I can't even go home now that the Empire has occupied the city.
Well, that is unfortunate, isn't it? I thought this guy was going to give us like a tutorial on stealing or something. We're going to go all like completely Elder Scrolls in this. This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't been deployed this far out yet. Suppose it's only a matter of time, though. Okay. So this is the inn. Looks about the same as the inn from the other thing. Are we full health? That we are. Not that we have a lot of health. So what is under boost? I'm not gonna turn that on just yet. Oh, because yeah, we had skill level of weapons and magic, attribute boosts. Huh. And apparently that starts on, so that's interesting. We're gonna keep that as is for now. How many enemies are there? 128, okay. Ooh, we actually got a new map here. Yeah, this is a lot more detailed, because, you know, in the last one, you mostly had things kind of just thrown everywhere. But here you can kind of see some amount of, like, you know, there's areas of forest, areas of marsh on the map. And there actually seem to be, like, large biome type areas. There's an island over here. I noticed that they put a lot of the deserts next to mountains, which is fairly accurate. Although, this one makes a bit of sense, because the mountain range is between the ocean and the desert. This one doesn't make as much sense, because you'd think the ocean winds would be coming in from this direction, at least sometimes. Unless the wind is exclusively north to south. But I am not a geographist, as it were. So I have no idea how deserts form exactly. All I know is that for the most part, when it comes to mountain ranges and deserts, they have like a relationship where the wind will usually go up over the mountains and lose a lot of its moisture. And by the time it gets to the desert, it has very little left. But generally, that's why you don't see a ton of coastal deserts, is because there's usually a lot of moisture coming in from the coast, because oceans have wind. But you're thinking too hard about a fantasy map. Well, yes, but, you know, it's important. Especially because, you know, I've drawn maps of my own book stuff, and it's like, I try to keep that kind of stuff in mind when it comes to the relationships between different biomes and how they work together and all that stuff. It's important, right? Biomes are there because that's where they need to be. I guess that's fair, yeah. But there were 128 enemy types, so that's very nice. I pressed escape instead of, or backspace. Magic. We cannot use magic. Cannot use magic. Cannot use magic. Is that just because we don't know any spells, or is that like, are we just dumb? I don't know. Let's see. We have equipment. Oh, we can still switch between characters like that. Okay, so you have a bow, so you should be in the back right now. A broadsword and leather armor. An axe and leather armor. Okay. So, it's kind of unfortunate. It's a good thing that Unknown Man wasn't Leon, because Leon kind of got freaking killed or sent away in the first 10 seconds. But poor Void, he got like yeeted to the Shadow Realm instantaneously. Magic interference. Is that like our resist chance? Or something like that? Also, bro, why does Snail look kind of like a Chad? I don't know. Just like, it looks like, you know, generic anime guy, generic anime woman, and then just freaking Giga Chad over here. I don't know. Anyways. Formation. Okay, so it starts out with these two in front and her in the back. Alright. Then, I guess that's all we can see here. Magic interference is supposed to affect how good your magic is? Seems like weird wording, but I'll take your word for it.
My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashwan. Now I'm nothing but a coward. When my brother Scott fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here.
I think his accent has changed like 3 times since I started talking for him. Also, why does he even have this accent when he's supposed to be like a prince? He should sound all posh, but no, I make him like, you know, southern. I don't even know. So spellcaster should be closer to 0. Oh, so the interference being higher means that it's interfering with your own spell casting, and thus your spells are worse. So lower is better. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyways, learn nothing. Is it gonna tell me when there's stuff to, wait a minute. Canoe. That might have been a keyword I was supposed to learn or something. I don't know. So, you managed to take up arms in the struggle. I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked her. I've been stalling here. I'm just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. There's no laugh button. Bright red and have a sound effect? Oh, okay. So the green canoe word is not something I'm supposed to learn. Paul's a skilled thief, but don't worry, you can trust him. He only steals from the Imperials. Okay, Mr. No Name. Is this the resurrection place? Yes, I think so. Nothing happens. Oh, good. Great, even. Alright, let's... How much money do we have? 4 hundo. Okay. Let's try to buy some spells for us. Because, why is Final Fantasy 1 Black Mage running the white magic shop? Oh, because he has a bit of both. Okay. Interesting. So everyone can use everything. So, Unknown Man, you wanted to be the Black Mage. So, I suppose... How can I see who has what stats? Let's see. Probably status, right? So yeah, these are the starting stats. And of course we can change these at any time just by changing what we do. But... yeah, so you have mostly strength and stamina. You have balanced on everything. Let's see, what was magic? Magic is 5, okay. Interesting, interesting. So, Ebos is kind of just not great at anything. He's just kind of there. Unknown Man, of course, has high agility, high intellect, high spirit. Or I guess normal spirit, high intellect, high agility. But low everything else. Well, you know, those are rookie numbers. We need to get those numbers up. So, because well-roundedness is important, even if we want each person to have, like, a specialty. So let's say Snail will be kind of the frontliner, I would assume. Because the high strength and stamina will make them more, you know, melee-focused. Ebos could really be anything. I'm trying to think of who should be the healer. Because Unknown Man is going to be the Black Mage, which I suppose anyone could be like Black Mage and White Mage, but at the same time, I feel like it's best to have a healing person and a damaging person when it comes to magic, you know, have different specialties, especially because in this game they use different stats, with, you know, spirit being white magic and intellect being black magic. So if you have one person doing both, they level up them slower and use their mana up faster. So I think Ebos will be like, let's make him bow person / white mage. So he'll stay in the back. There we go. And then Unknown Man will be black mage / black mage, I guess. just spells. But then if they run out of MP, I guess we should train them in some kind of combat. Maybe just bow as well. And then Snail will just be, you know, ooga booga, hit thing with mace, caveman style, you know. It's gonna be great, I'm sure. Of course, I don't think mace is actually an option. But that's fine. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Now I need to decide what weapon type each one should use. Because, I mean, in theory, from the back, you're not very capable of using melee weapons. So I could move one of these to the front. Now, it is an odd common, not exactly a misconception, but kind of a common misplay that people make either like scrawny people or a lot of times women to be just inherently the archers of the group. But bows require an immense amount of strength, especially, you know, the higher end like war bows. Those things require you to be rather swole. So generally, it would be, you know, people more like maybe Ebos, but definitely people like Snail that would actually have the best effectiveness with bows, because they can have the highest poundage on the bow. Of course, women can use bows perfectly fine, and generally having a more slender figure would help you with maneuvering with the bow, I guess. But generally, strength is the main stat. That is the weird thing about bows having like agility or dexterity being the main stat for their scaling in a lot of games, is that they're not really a dexterity weapon. They're a strength weapon. You just don't think about it that often, how their actual mechanics work. But yeah, I still don't know what melee weapon this guy's gonna use, but he looks like a guy that would use an axe. Or just fists. What do you want, Snail? Because this is you. I don't think there's really a difference between the weapons. Or do you want to just be kind of a jack of all trades that you'll just take whatever weapon we find? I don't know. And do you want a shield, or do you want to like dual wield and just go in guns blazing? I don't know. But yeah, item-wise, what do you guys have? Because you have the broadsword and buckler. What did Snail have? He has the axe, which is a one-handed weapon, right? So I'm gonna say that you... Wait, we just have a spare broadsword? That's nice, I guess. You're for now gonna have the buckler. Do you have any better thing? It's my playthrough. Technically, the guy's supposedly to have supposed to have a warrior build, so axe makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna make it so Snail is our, you know, one-handed shield guy. I'm gonna make it so this dude... Actually, I'm gonna make it so Unknown Man is kind of in the fray. Which seems a little counterintuitive, but we can level people up however the heck we want. Actually, we're gonna make this guy the bow dude, and he's gonna be in the back. And I have you swap out your body armor with you. Wait, we had 2 leather armors. Can you just all have leather? You can all just have leather armor. Okay. Oh, but that gives magic interference. Okay, so they're actually giving a reason why you should have clothing on your casters. That does make it harder to have like a combat mage like I was gonna go for here, because I was thinking Unknown Man would be pretty epic having 2 swords and magic. Ooh, but the swords also give magic interference, don't they? So if we like remove this, yeah, that lowers the magic interference. So in theory, wait, you could go empty-handed monk style. That is still a weapon. Well, let's see, what does that do to your... Your attack is still 10. It's 10 either way. Does that... Wait, does that make any difference? Wait, so is having a fist as your main weapon the same as having a broadsword in this? Because that's what it looked like. It looked like the stats didn't change at all, except maybe the accuracy. Yeah, you just see over here, accuracy and evasion changed. Someone who made their guys a magic monk, so just barehanded spellcasting. Yeah, that seems to be the best, because if I were to put swords on you, it would lower their magic ability. So, yeah, that's what we're going for here. And none of that. Do shields have magic interference? Yes. Yes, shields have a lot of magic interference. Okay. I was gonna say, what if shield only run? We did double shield magic casting. How about bows? Ooh, that's a lot of magic interference too. But we're gonna have you be healer in the back with the bow. Unknown Man is gonna be the monk up in the front punching people's lights out and then casting fire on them. At least for now. We can always switch up the stuff. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, like, by leveling up certain things, it doesn't lock you out of doing other things. Probably. So that's what we're gonna do, and you're gonna need to move up. There we go. So if we start leveling this setup up a bit, and then it stops working, then, you know, because all weapons do about the same, but as you focus on that skill, your weapon will do more damage. So if you have a sword and an axe that both do 30 damage, but your sword skill is 5 and axe is 2, the sword is better. Okay, so same with probably unarmed, is the starting weapons are going to do about the same as your fists, and if your unarmed skill gets better, then your fists are going to get better, even than higher level weapons. But then in the long run, wouldn't a high level weapon plus high skill in that weapon be better than your fists? I don't know. Because in a lot of games, you know, hand-to-hand fighting is very strong for some reason, and sometimes it scales off of your gloves in games. I don't know if that's how it is here, but anyway, we were supposed to buy some spells from you. What would be Unknown Man's favorite spell? Well, fire, lightning, and ice. We're gonna get cure for... Oh, we can just buy it. Okay. We're gonna back out of this for now. Unknown Man, if you are here, get back to us and tell us if you want fire, thunder, or ice to start out with. Which one is more your aesthetic? You know? Let's see if we can get better weapons. Who are you? What could you want with me? I'm just an old man. Oh, you're oh, you were gone. Okay. Fire is your goat? Okay, then we're getting fire.
The geezer act is just a cover. My name's Tobel, and I'm the best darn blacksmith in the rebel army.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that's that. See ya. Interesting. Okay, so knives and staves have like low attack, but very low magic interference. So if you want to be more of a combat mage, then you want to do something like that. For your melee weapon, at least. Also, javelin. Is that a spear or a thrown weapon? Usually javelins are thrown, right? But anyways, none of these are specifically better than what we already have, so we're gonna skedaddle on that. It's a spear, okay. I mean, technically a javelin you could use as a melee spear, it's just in the context of, like, fantasy stuff, usually javelin is seen as, like, a thrown spear. And the game is doing its thing again, where it's... I swear, there must be something wrong with my PC. I don't know why. Because now both games have done that. But I have no idea why it would be doing that. It's not a huge deal, it's just kind of annoying when it just kind of freezes every so often. Alright, but we are going to go to the armor shop. Let's see what kind of armor they got. Okay, so they have gloves, which would be nice for most of our guys. We're just one. Because, yeah, I don't think we had any of this stuff. How much money? We still have enough money. So, yeah, let's get one of each of these. Because I think our tank snail didn't have either. So we're going to make this guy beefy. And he's got an axe, which is great, I think. And you've got your bow and nothing, because you need to have lesser magic interference as well. Not none, but lesser. Same with you. But it's gonna be a tough balancing act, because like this raises, both of these raise defense and magic defense pretty well, but the magic interference goes up as well. And that's a tough one to figure out. I don't know. I assume I might just be able to out-level the interference, though. Because, like, in the first game, you can just kind of farm. But either way, we're gonna leave it at that for now. Just, probably get out there and start killing things. Because it's been an hour of lore and getting things figured out. I don't think we want to, keep waiting. Let's see, Ebos gets Cure, and Unknown Man gets Fire. There we go. Where's the exit? Can't keep me here. Oh, I can just leave, okay. This might be a very dumb idea, but we're just gonna run out into the wilderness and start killing things. Maybe find Jimbo. This looks very reminiscent to the first place. Is this the same? Oh, it's Jimbo. So let's see. You are in the back, and you're the healer. So yeah, you just attack. You're in the front, and you're the magic person. But we probably don't need magic just yet. So yeah, everyone just attack. And he's dead. Okay. Okay, so Snail got a hit in. Unknown Man got hit. Oh wow, 5 HP from getting hit once? Alright. I guess leveling's gonna be pretty quick at the start of the game. Ooh, but this also means that the people that die don't just immediately get, like, behind on XP. Which would be great. Miss. Ow. They are targeting Unknown Man, actually. Alright, Ebos. Get him. Okay, great. That'll be a lot of XP. Yeah, so now we're at level 2 shield and axe. Halfway through level 1 on bow. Alright. You got a bit of strength. You got a bit of evasion. And did Unknown Man get anything? I don't think so. But that's an interesting leveling system. A bit hard to read, you know? It was a lot easier in the previous game. When it was just like, ah, yes. You just level up and you get health and stats. Alright, leveled up. More evasion, more strength. Good. Now, how are we gonna get our health back? I guess Cure. Actually, yeah, using Cure to get our health back. Why was there an airship flying by? Did you guys see that? No, you are gonna use Cure on you. Because you're already kind of hurting. I don't know how tough these are either. Oh, wow. That's a lot of health. Yeah, that happens? Oh, okay. It just happens. I'm just gonna treat that as normal. Alright, but your MP went up. At least Ebos's did. Maybe I should start using fire. Even though it's not necessary. But I do like that, you know, if you get hit, your health levels up, and if you don't get hit, your evasion levels up. So either way, if they attack you, you're getting health. Or you're getting some defense. As you level up spells that cost more MP, so Cure 1 costs 1 MP. Can you differentiate? Like, if you level up to Cure 2, can you select either Cure 1 or Cure 2? Or is it always just, oh, you leveled it up? Nope. Oh, no. Because I feel like that was a good amount of healing for right now. We don't need that to be any stronger. And if it levels up, then that's half the casts of it we can do, thus level it up slower. So that's unfortunate. How much money are we getting? A bit. We're almost, the game has already been a crazy ride. We just got out of the tutorial. Apparently this is a leg eater, which just sounds delightful, doesn't it? Oh, 2 hits. They actually animated the double hit. Alright. We're getting strange. I wonder if it's like... Is it a linear XP progression, or do you have to fight, like, tougher enemies to get more skill? Oh, these guys do not have much. Something I didn't realize until way late. Any spell can either be single or multi-target. Not sure what button it is for you. Oh. So heal or cure can be either a single target or a full party heal. And fire can also be single target or full party. Interesting. Because, yeah, I don't know what determines that these things level up, because we've shot a few things with bows, and this hasn't gone up in a while. So it might just be random that when you hit things, it sometimes gets XP and sometimes doesn't. And I wonder if that's determined based on the level of the enemy you're fighting. Or, I don't know, you do have to fight tougher guys at some point, though. You get no XP off of these guys. Ah, unfortunate. So you will have to level up where you're fighting enemies at. Ambushed. Oh, goodness gracious. So let's see. What button would that? Oh, Q is auto fight. Right. Q is not the button to make it multi-target. That is for sure. You can constantly attack yourself to boost weapons and HP. How do you attack yourself? Have I just not tried to target myself yet? Is that how that works? Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of snakes. If only I knew how to make my magic multi-target. First of all, you're gonna use Kira on you. You... Oh, Z, all enemies. Okay. You defend, I guess. I want to see what this flame does. How much mana that takes. 1? Oh, but it splits the effectiveness between them. Okay. I get it now. So we're still getting money from these guys, but I don't think we're getting any real XP from them. So we'll need to move to the next area, I think, because the tutorial enemies are not super profitable. Well, we're getting a lot of money. Let's... I think I'm going to make Snail a spear guy. Mainly just because I very much like the, you know, spear and shield thing, because it's a very good combo all in all. Especially for a tanky type character. And then, we still have a lot of everything. Leveling up seems to be a lot faster in this so far. So... that's probably because we were fighting things our level. And now we're starting to... You... Entire party, do that. I want you guys to level up your magic skills. Because, I mean, on one hand, it is kind of unfortunate that magic is going to get more expensive as it goes, but I also feel like it should hit as hard as it possibly can. Let's see, it's up here, higher level. I don't know, it looks like the same enemies. But let's just beat them up, I guess. Yeah, you need spear skill. Alright, great. With how fast this is, I could actually see leveling up each character in each weapon skill. Just pretty easily, honestly. Which one's harder? I don't know. Let's go after you. You're gonna do that. Oh, you're going first. Okay. Good. Oh yeah, but the more enemies there are, the more the damage is going to be spread out, huh? Alright, you actually leveled up your spear. Good. Oh, there's a house. Who goes there? Oh, it's an entire town inside this one house. Hello. There's the village of Getrea. Finn's just across the lake, see? Alright. General goods man, can I buy 99 of everything you own? Why are you triplets? What can I do for you? Alright. Oh, elixir. Oh, and actually, I can actually buy that stuff. Okay. So you have a bunch of expensive stuff. Alright. Cross removes curses, removes amnesia, removes toad, removes stone. And this is the regular loot. Okay. Good. Seems a little odd that they spread it out between 3 NPCs, but I guess I'm not going to ask any questions on that. Imperial forces have occupied Castle Finn. The gates are drawn and no one can enter. And with Imperial troops and monsters roaming the streets, the city just isn't any better off. Getrea and Altair haven't fallen into the clutches of the Empire yet. But once the Dreadnought is complete, nothing will be able to stop the Empire. Yeah. We'll be fine. Alright, what do you got? Just leather stuff still. Alright. I can sell. I could sell. So I think we have pretty much what we want going on right now. I might keep the clothes just in case I want to lower someone's magic interference by switching out the leather for the clothing. The axe we can get rid of though, and we'll keep the potion. Alright. Got some extra money. I think that's Resurrection Place? Okay. So we don't have anywhere that we can get magic in this town. Alright, but here's where we can buy extra bows if we wanted. But I think we're good on that for now. Okay. I guess we leave and keep fighting our demons out here. It's just these guys all the time. Oh, so you actually did get some XP from that. Good. So yeah, these guys can still give XP. It's just not the most common. Let's see. Let's have you cure you. Actually, your cure was good enough as an AoE, I think. No, it was weaker that time. But we are still leveling stuff up slowly and getting money, which will help us buy more spells. So we can just have it auto battle and just hope for the best. Level up all them skills. One each. And no real XP. Okay. Yeah, these things die to like anything. Oh, I did level up something though. How about across this bridge? Same difference. Alright. Oh, and I did just notice that you can get kind of a synopsis of it down here. So up here is where I've been looking, but down here is probably more applicable. Because we learned that bow leveled up, hands leveled up, spear, and shield. So all of this leveled up. And apparently evasion, but it doesn't say that down here. But that's fine. Hi, airship. Alright, you are gonna do cure on everybody, just to keep us afloat. See, Unknown Man, you're not the lowest HP anymore. I think you started as the lowest HP. They've just been bullying you so much that it's worked out. HP, strength, good. So what was my objective in this game so far? I mean, I know that Void is stuck in a castle somewhere, and that's like our overall goal, is to go and rescue him. And of course, my short-term goal is get as many levels and monies as possible. But... and of course, explore as many areas as possible. Bombs? Why are there bombs here? Maybe you should use some magic? Oh yes, let's send in our melee guys to kill the bombs. Self-destruct 7. Miss. I feel like... yeah, you better run. I feel like this is a situation I can't win. Because I feel like if I hit them with fire, they'll probably just explode and kill us. What does row mean? Oh, that means that we can, like, switch what row we're in. Okay. Let's just get the heck out of here. Ow. What, did fleeing not work? Why did we not flee? And what are these things? Why are they here? Okay, we got out of there. I think once I don't know, was it across this bridge that was the issue? No, because the goblins are here. And they're normal. Oh wait, it's trying to flee. The auto thing is trying to flee and not attack. Because that was the last thing I did. So I guess we'll have to manually do a round where we attack. That's weird. Why were the bombs there? Because those things were way higher level than we were at all prepared for. I think we got this still. We got enough health. Oh, but we're poisoned now. We have no antidotes. Man, these things have like 5 health. So we're either fighting enemies with 5 HP, or we're fighting enemies that we can't even do damage to and they just kill us instantly. This is great. Let's see. We need to go get an antidote, I think. I assume this game is like the last one where poison just never resolves. Okay, you three are the same as in the other place, so we need an antidote from you. I don't know, are you even still poisoned? Doesn't say that you are, actually. There's 2 types of poison in this game, actually. Really? So we don't need to antidote them? What it seems like. Alright, temple. As you pray, a warm light suddenly envelops you and a voice overflowing with compassion rings in your ears. Wandering soul, return now from that distant land where sorrow and darkness hold sway. Can you... Thanks. When Miss Green wears off after battle, poison is purple and persists. Oh, okay. Great. Good, even. Let's go sleep at an inn real quick. Depends how much it costs. 30 gold, right? 52. Oh, because it scales off of how much rest you need. I forgot about that. But that's fine. Good, great. Let's keep farming. I don't know, did I just go too far out? Because I went over to this outcropping here, and that's where the bombs were. And those things are a little spooky. So, does that just mean that this area is off limits? This specific outcropping? Or is it just if I go too far past this bridge, that's a problem? Because I don't... Is this the castle we came... This might be the castle we came from. Maybe that's why it's getting more and more dangerous the closer we get to that. Maybe we should head south? Oh, but that's where those were. South. I have no idea. You just went too far. I think I wasn't even that far. I just want to find the next tier of enemies above leg eaters and hornets, you know? Yeah, you'll attack. You use your magic. You go anywhere on this map right now? Really? Well, that's nice. Alright, got some MP. Yeah, we can still practice our magic on these guys. But areas more reserved for late game are gonna hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to find where the second, like, grouping of enemies was, other than goblins, hornets, and leg eaters, because I felt like I was kind of reaching the end of my, you know, their usefulness in leveling up. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long it's supposed to take to level up. But I guess let's just save again. and move out this direction. Just hope we don't run into more bombs. But I like the idea that we're not going to get lost as easily as in the first game. Oh, Unknown Man Fire leveled up. Delightfully devilish Seymour. Alright, well, let's head down into this swampy area down here. Yep, more bombs, and we can't fight them. We know that much. So are they always down in this area here? Why? This is like right next to the start of the game. What are those things doing here? Ghosts. I have no idea how tough these things are. If the bombs are any... Well, they don't look... They look more like skeletons than ghosts, but, you know. That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, too. That was not a lot of damage. Alright, then. So, yeah, apparently, I can only fight snakes and hornets for now. That's all I get. Until we're, like, much higher level. Unless I'm just going the opposite direction the game thinks that I should go. I don't know where else I would go. But... yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. Because, yeah, those guys aren't giving a whole lot. But you look at the map here. This way's blocked by mountains. This way's blocked by mountains. The only logical direction to go would be this way or this way. I guess maybe south is just higher level, but up this way is towards this castle, which I think is the castle we ran from. Maybe. So I would think going towards there would be higher level and worse. But I don't know. I guess we'll try going north and see if they get higher level. We'll see. Welcome back, Unknown Man. Alright, goblins. Not a problem. Alright, fire leveled up again. So let's see what's up here, and if it will one-shot us. Hornets. Okay, so I guess this is the direction we were supposed to have gone. We'll just keep leveling our spells up. More MP, more magic, good. Because, yeah, the second I move at all south, it goes from regular enemies we can fight, all of a sudden to just abominations that can one-shot us, and we can't hit them. So, that's kind of a problem. So, am I supposed to go here? I think so. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep using the fire, because I want to level that up. Because I want the regular attacks to be, like, our bread and butter, but then spells to come out as, like, an expensive, high damage alternative. Let's see how this works. It's just as we've heard, the city's crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful, make sure not to get too close. Okay. Oh, and this is a combat area. Why are there hornets in the city? Alright. Why not? Let's actually save some of your mana here. Because if we get into a fight with an actual guard, we might need her mana up so we can cast some spells. So let's see. We can go into the shops here. Is there good stuff here? Oh. There's nobody here. Why are there I guess this place is technically wilderness. Because the guards have just destroyed the city and I guess the wildlife are creeping in. But you see Unknown Man, they keep targeting you. Even in the second game. They're just like, that's the squishy one, get them. Let's check the sword place. Nope, nothing. Bizarre. Okay. You're still so popular. You are popular. Let's check the magic shop. Nobody. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So I probably don't want to get got by the guards, because that's probably bad. Why are there goblins in the city? I don't know, for some reason I kind of expected the animals to be in the city, but just the random goblins seems weird. Alright, well this place is no higher level. Does this take us somewhere different? Yes, it does. And we can't get in. Okay. And that just leaves. Alright. We'll need to figure out a different way in, I guess. Because I think in that castle is where our buddy is held. Man, Unknown Man does some serious damage. I think unarmed was indeed the way to go. Let's keep heading north. Ogre Mage. Oh, you look threatening. How about we throw some healing around? You fire. Yeah, Blizzard 5 doesn't sound good for our health. But we're not dead. Do I listen to Unknown Man, or do I listen to the old guy? Because my brain just had a flashback to, you know,
When you're in a losing battle, leaving and fleeing is probably the best option.
but then also Unknown Man is there, like, but we're stubborn. We don't leave. Because if we cure again, I mean, we still have some health. Fire does hit it. Potion, Unknown Man as well. This doesn't do a ton of damage. Okay, you're gonna heal yourself. Magic. Hit. How much health does it have? Okay. We are stubborn. And Cure leveled up. Oh. Got that MP, got the HP, got the stamina, the magic, the spirit, the magic defense. See, Unknown Man knows what he's talking about. We're stubborn. We don't leave a battle unless it is completely hopeless. If there's any chance that we can beat the thing, we do it. Alright, let's start heading back towards a town that has an actual place so we can rest up, because that'd probably be for the best. Oh, you're still using Cure. Of course you are. I'll need to fix that. Or Or maybe not. Maybe I just keep him on Cure so we can level Cure up. That's always an option, actually. Yeah, let's continue with that. Even if everyone's full health, just keep curing. Get that good experience. Alright, Ebos got more mana, more magic. Good. So just keep healing. Strength, HP, okay. Yeah, our effectiveness is going up quite sharply thus far. I still don't know where I'm supposed to go next. I mean, I feel like the Ogre Mages, even though we were able to kill it, is still above our pay grade quite significantly. But I don't know. Maybe we'll be fine. Yeah, we're just gonna stay right around this village here until we run out of mana on Ebos. Once that happens, then we're gonna, you know, go in and sleep it off. Though I don't know if he's actually gaining XP unless he's actually healing lost HP. Because just by using the spell over and over, if it's not actually healing, I don't know if it does anything for us. Alright, into town. Now we're gonna go sleep. $83. Thank you very much. I'm pretty rich already, so I feel like thus far in these games, money hasn't really been an issue. So let's see. Yeah, 2,000 gold. 80 isn't really gonna break the bank at this point. But it does leave the question as to where we're trying to go. Do we have a quest thing? Key terms? No. Information. I don't know. I don't think we have any quests. We're just kind of doing whatever. More combat training. Let's start heading north, because the mage was difficult, but not impossible. And if we could fight a few more of those, we might get some more faster level ups than, you know, fighting a bunch of hornets. Because, yeah, that gives nothing but money. Which, I do appreciate money, but the ogre was up here. Land turtle. Alright. You're gonna try attacking. I need to get a gauge for how tough these things are. 0 damage. 0 damage, okay. Ooh. I don't think you can do any damage, really. But we can out-heal it right now. Ow. Poor snail. But it's fine. 3 to... Ooh, we get a crit and we can actually do something physic-wise, you know? Earlier it was just our magic that was doing damage. There we go. Snail should get some good health out of that. Yeah. Strength. And there's the health, magic, defense, and stamina. Good. It takes spell slots, but we can beat the things up here, and we actually level up pretty well from them. Oh! That's a few of you. We haven't had to deal with more than one thus far. That's I may have miscalculated something here. You're gonna preemptively full heal. You are going to fire damage one of them. You're gonna attack one. Apparently it was too preemptive because we did it first. Oh, but you have full poison. You poison every hit, apparently. Okay. Ow, Unknown Man is really getting bullied today. I think we are way above our pay grade here. We're just barely getting by. Okay, Cure, Spear, and Shield all leveled up. HP, MP, Stamina, and Magic. Magic Defense. Lots of good stuff leveled up. Alright, let's, Alright. We only have one, antidote, though. Let's see, who has... Ebos has lower health. Alright, we have come back stronger. And a little poisoned. That's fine. Unknown Man should survive until we get to the guy's shop. And those hornets were nice enough to pay for our, you know, bill. Sure that I'm gonna be fine? Alright, we can hope. 6 health. I don't think you're gonna be fine. Just throw a cure on you. Let's actually buy 10 more of those to keep in stock. Man, that other poison is pretty deadly. So what's the plan here? We can't really go south, because south has way too strong of enemies. At least north has only kinda too strong of enemies. Okay, idea. You see this area up here. This must have something in it. You know, some kind of town, some kind of dungeon, something. So because we can technically survive it, we are going to try heading all the way up north, up this peninsula this way. Does that head down there or over here? I don't know, maybe they're the same thing. But yeah, we're gonna see if there's a town up in this region, just to see if we can get to the next level of, like, loot and stuff. But first we're gonna sleep, to make sure we're ready for that journey, because that is going to be difficult. Because from what we've seen, the enemies up there are pretty tough as is, and we can fight a few at a time, possibly, while taking a lot of damage, but we'll be all right, I think. We're gonna save your mana, if and we can. I swear, unarmed Unknown Man is doing more damage than anyone else. I don't know why. Why is hand-to-hand always the most broken thing in these games? So we gotta head directly north. Okay, one last easy fight for the road, and then we're into tough fight territory. You what? What is a Forusrikos? I don't even know. I guess we try attacking. You can't really know how tough they are until we've tried. Well, this is going great so far. New idea. Ow. But we made it away. Let's, magic. Sure, it's fine. Now we just need to find an ogre. Alright. This should be fine. See, we can damage it. We can't damage it. Ow. Tier 3, huh? That's getting real strong now. We're still only on fire 2. We gotta pump those numbers up. Oh, fire 3, right there. See? Everything works out. So where would a town be? If I was an entire town, where would I be? See how fire 3 does. Oh, it even looks fancier. Oh, miss. See, we got your number now, ogre. Let's try just punching it. We haven't tried our main damage. Yeah, it's doing as much damage as the fire. Why is unarmed so freaking... Oh, mithril mace. Yes, I mind if I don't. How much better is that? It's worse in some ways because we aren't used to it, but sweet mama jamma. We could use a mace for a little bit. What if that counts as an axe? Magician and soldier. Uh-huh. You look like people that I don't want to mess with. So... I still wish I had any way of, you know, being able to tell how tough enemies are, but I just can't. There's no indicator until you, like, attack them. And even then, it might have just been, like, a glancing blow. Okay, land turtle, we fought you before. We all could use some healing, so throw some curing out. We'll try just attacking. We do have a mithril mace now. Ow. 0. Alright. Oh, it ran. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, but I guess we still level up, because it's not killing it that gives the XP, it's the fighting it. That is interesting. Okay, and we are now in the top right corner. Still no towns in this direction. I don't like whatever that is. Not antidote. Miss. Miss. Our evasion is legendary. So, I'm just trying to find where the next town over is. How far away could this possibly be? Am I going in like the one direction that there's no civilization? Ooh, you guys, I can beat these, in theory, but not this many. If they're alone, then sure. Okay, he just took his time. Objective is back in... Oh, and we stopped trying to run. Didn't even say that we failed at running. It was just like, nah, we're just gonna give up. Back in Finn. Well, but where's the next town? I want my next town. Additionally, it didn't look like the objective was back there. I mean, it might have been, but I don't like whatever that is. We're just running away from everything. And we're gonna have to make the run back, aren't we? Good sir, could you give us a lift? Land raise. No, not defend. Okay, he did. Oh, and they're stunning us. Okay. Yeah, we'll not come this way next time, I guess. Because there's no way that we can defeat those, and also, apparently the next town over is like 10 miles away. So, we're just gonna have to stay where we are, I guess. No bigger, better things for us. We're just stuck with, you know, what the game gives us for now. That's a lot of were-rats. I don't think we can beat that many. We could try. Let's see. You're gonna use Cure on everybody. You're gonna use Fire on everybody. Not a lot of damage. Apparently Ebos is just a dodging master. I don't know. These guys have a bit of health. Everyone's poisoned. I don't know. Hopefully I find something to remove poison eventually. So, am I supposed to fight the guards? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Because there was a locked gate. All that was there in Finn was a locked gate and a bunch of guards. And some hornets running around the streets for some reason. So is that where I'm supposed to be? How does that work exactly? Alright, lots of level ups. Oh yeah, we got a ton of antidotes. Well, we could use more actually. But we did get enough antidotes for a while. An ogre, alright, not too bad. Why is unarmed so overpowered? Maybe everyone should just be unarmed. I can't see any of the weapons actually, like, you know, living up to that amount of DPS. She's two-shot a giant ogre. There's a building in the town I haven't visited? Okay. These leg eaters think that they can beat us after we have, you know, slaughtered ogres and were-rats. What fools. They don't know our true power. Which is mainly Unknown Man. Let's be honest here. He is carrying the entire party at this point. There's gotta be a point that it falls off, right? There's gotta be. But that's why I wanted the next town over, so I could buy better equipment. And hopefully, you know, get our other people who use weapons up to the same level that Unknown Man is at, damage-wise. Because if everyone was doing that well, we would be in a really good position. There's a door down here. Hello? Is this loot? No. Don't really see anything here. Can I get free rest? Punk shoe? Evidently not. Alright, bye. Do I jump in the well? Nope. Well does not want me anywhere near it. Okay. Oh, hi. Did I fight the guards? Can I fight the guards? I don't know. Because the game specifically told me to stay away from them. But how much tougher could they be from ogres? I don't know. Are they the Black Knights that we fought at the start of the game? I hope not. Also, let's look at the map here. Okay, there's nothing up there. There's something right outside the walls. That looks like that building there is outside the walls here. So if we go around the outside, we might be able to get there. Is that the quest objective? Because that's ridiculous if it is. Like, how is I supposed to find that? So far, this game has been a lot... I don't know, it's a lot more mixed. Because on one hand, it seems more simple and straightforward than the first game. But at the same time, you still get lost in it. Very much. And the stats are definitely more convoluted in this, but easier to level up to be like super strong. So oh, that's a lot of guards. Okay, they didn't see me. Are these actually guards? Hi. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. These Imperials are as ill-bred as they come. Ah, you're with the rebels. Don't say it so loud. You'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier back there. Go see if you can help him. What am I going to do? I've had it with this place. You guys can take it from here. Don't let us down. What, you're just leaving? Well, I'm not a bartender. Okay. I don't know how to run a business here with all the Imperials and everything. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? Well, you know, I guess this is our bar now. Well, if I kill all the guards, maybe I can get some business, make some money on the side, you know, with my bar business. Oh, hey, free loot. Potion. 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 I don't know why it wasn't just one chest with 3 potions, but... Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. Wild Rose. Ah, so you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name's Scott. Prince of Kashwan. Prince Scott? We were told you fell in battle. Thank goodness you're alive. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell my brother Gordon. Tell him that I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in himself. I also have a message for the king. Tell him the reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Morgan betrayed us. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There's one more thing. Tell Hilda that I love her. I don't think that's gonna do much good.
No, no, don't deliver that my last message. Confessions of a dying man. It would only bring her pain.
That's what I'm saying. My brother Void. Have you heard of him?
I'm sorry, but I have not. I wish I could be of more help. Here, I want you to take my ring. I'm sure it will be of use.
Alright.
Maybe it's all this talking, but I've grown extremely tired. If you'll excuse me, I just need to rest. Just for a little while.
Oh, he did. Oh, he's just... Oh! He has just disappeared from this plane of existence. Alright. Delightful. Well... Still haven't fought any of the guards. I don't know if I can. So why am I walking towards the inside of the town? I could just leave, I think, through the woods. I'm just like, nah, I gotta go out the front gate. But no, I very much do not. But next time we're at that town, we're gonna try fighting some of the guards. Might go horribly wrong, but that's fine. Man, these goblins love to attack us and die. They don't seem to realize that they're not really a match for us. Now we gotta go tell Gordon Ramsay about Jimbo, or what his face was. What was his name? Scott? Maybe? Probably. I think that was it. Probably gonna be not as impactful if I'm sitting there trying to tell the person that, you know, someone they knew is dead. And I'm sitting there just like, what was his name? Billy Bob, Frederick, I don't know. But someone's dead, and they wanted to, you to know about that. My name's Gordon. Yeah, I know your name is Gordon. Your brother Scott fell in battle. Yeah, well, you know. Scott is freaking dead, my man. Yeah, no, we already talked about it. I thought I would be able to ask about the brother. I guess we'll show him the ring. That ring. It's my brother's. He really said all those things about me. I didn't tell you any of those things about you, so whatever you want, I guess. Is that it? Is it nothing else? Can I wield the ring? Is it equipment? No, it's just a key item. Knows how to use it. Use it how? How about you? Guilty. Oh, maybe the thief knows. Thief guy. Where's thief guy? I think he ran off. What about you? Do you know anything about this? Tubal. The fellow over in the weapons shop is one fine blacksmith. I think someone's been bothering him lately, though. Freaking Tobal. Oh, what about the ring? Nothing happens. Good. You have nothing. Nothing at all. How about you sitting right in the middle of the square? Nothing. Alright, how about we go talk to the king or other people? How about you? No, it's the same thing you said earlier. How about you? No, none of these guys have anything new to say. Let's go give the ring to the king. The king ring. The king with the ring on him. You just stand on your nightstand here. Okay. Can't talk to him. let's go talk to the regent then. Hi. I found a ring. Oh, our password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. I do remember it well. How about this ring? That ring belonged to Scott. Yeah, that's true. Is he alive? No. He gave us this ring in Finn just before he lost the last of his strength. Did he say anything? No, nothing. It doesn't even give me a chance to say anything. It's just like, nope, not gonna say it. Not even gonna give you a chance to say it. Your Highness, please, this ring belongs with you. Does it? No, keep it. It suits a personage of courage. How so? You infiltrated Finn and returned to tell the tale. You've proven yourselves quite capable. It would seem I underestimated your strength. I would have you lend that strength to our cause. There is a magical metal known as mithril, and we need strong warriors if we are to obtain it. Oh, I have some mithril. We lost Finn because we were ill-equipped. The Empire fought with weapons and armor made of mithril. I have charged Yosef, a man living in Salamand, with the task of finding a source of mithril. I do not know the cause, but we've been out of contact with him for some time now. Would you go with Minwu to Salamand to look into this? I guess I can't say yes, but sure. Hi, Magic Man. I heard Her Highness's words, and I have waited here for you since. To reach Salamand, we must first pass through the port town of Paloom. Take my canoe and let us be on our way. Oh, join the party. Okay. What level is this guy? I obtained a canoe. Great. It takes a long time to get through these things. I mean, pressing enter does nothing for me. So, let's see. Oh, he is about the same level as us, actually. Alright. So I assume that he's a temporary part of the team, and we're not gonna be keeping him forever. I kind of hope we don't, because frickin' Minwu has such a weird name. Miss. Oh, he has a lot of mana, though. He has 100 mana. Bruh. Oh, so the mace counts as a staff, you say? It's interesting. So, where are we going exactly? Passing to a port town or something, right? And where is this port town? I don't know. Did he ever tell? Did he ever tell us? He just said the port town, right? He didn't actually mention where this port town might be. He's just like, ah, yeah, you know the one. That one port town that everyone knows about. A temporary part of the game, kind of intended to show off different playstyles. Oh, fair. Right now we're just fighting hornets though, so not much playstyle diversity. You just kind of smack them. Oh yeah, we can canoeify. Good thing we got that like early in the game this time. But if we go any further south, we're just gonna get obliterated. To the east. Oh. Yep, here's the obliteration. Minwu, what can you... Oh. How do you have that many? What the heck? And they're all white spells. Okay. Huh. He do be a white mage. Yeah, he's a pure white mage. Alright, well, we're all running. So it looked like Minwu wasn't that much higher level than us, but he has a lot of spells. So I guess that makes him a bit higher. No, not flee. It always does that. It probably doesn't matter. We just go over the mountain now. We go around this way. But I guess that's why the level jumped up so very much. Is because we were supposed to just go up to that town up there, and then back, and then get a canoe to go, I guess, east? Okay, yeah, we can go through that. So yeah, this is where we're supposed to go. So we were heading, out of the way, finger. We were heading this way and this way, trying to move by land further into the game. But apparently, here, approximately, is the low-level region, is just this circle. And everything outside of that, in this direction or that direction, is incredibly high level. Except this way was pretty manageable. And good farming. But, yeah, south was just impossible, so that explains a lot, though. Because we were supposed to be up here somewhere. And we still have goblins. Let's just get into the town, I guess. Why were we here again? Oh yeah, Mithril. That's why. And, you know, it's lagging again. Oh, everything's lagging. Oh, gosh. I just look over at my OBS and it's completely just stationary. Nothing's moving. That's, concerning. It is getting worse, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, were we supposed to be here, or were we supposed to get to somewhere from here? That guy can take us to Poft. There's an attack. Bloom or Poft, at least not yet. That's because they don't have a canoe. Ship heading out of our little port will take you straight to Poft. I don't know where Poft is, but thank you. Let's see if we can get some better equipment, though. Nope, all the same. Still weird that a mace is considered a staff. They're such different weapon types. Like, you can't equate one and the other. Oh, but we get bronze. Oh, he's already wearing copper? Oh, wait. Copper's better. Wait, all of this, except for the shield, is low magic interference. Well, I guess the bronze isn't, actually. That's decently high interference. But this is fun for the whole family, actually. And then these, I would want one of each of these for our tank. It is staff-shaped, so clearly it is staff. I disagree. Big, big, big difference. There we go. Some good upgrades. I think we already checked the weapon shop and it didn't really have anything. That's unfortunate. How about magic? Hey, unknown man from the previous game. We already have cure, blink spell, raising evasion, uses defense, and I assume that all of these can also be put on the whole party instead of just one person, right? Let's see. Magic defense. Raising defense. So magic defense and defense are different spells. And evasion is, of course, another different spell. Well, we can have 16 spells or something, right? I think at least protect and shell would be nice, depending on who we're fighting. Give both of these to Ebos. I need to find where the black magic vendor is, if there is one here. Doesn't look like there is. Balloon's the town of freedom. Want to settle down here with me, handsome? No thanks. I would rather not. I have adventures to do. Also, it's kind of tough to know who she's talking to. Like, is she just talking to Ebos, who's the main character here, or what? What can I do for you? I don't know. What can you do for me? Wait. Mallet? I never looked at the name of that. I just looked at the description, cures amnesia. Why does a mallet cure amnesia? It's just one hit over the head causes it, so 2 hits over the head must cure it. We're geniuses at medicine. That's how it works. And let's just buy a bunch of stuff. Potions and the like. Even though we have a lot of healing, you never know when we might need some potions. Alright, well, was I supposed to go to Poof or wherever that goes? Or are we supposed to just be out here somewhere? Oh no. I mean, I guess it's the only place we can go, right? How much did it cost? Oh, only 32. Board the ship in front. Is that out here? Yeah, you take the boat to Poft. Okay. Great, good. Making progress. When do we get our own ship? Alright, what's going on over here? The port of Poft, Salamanders to the north. To our east is Bafsk. Alright. I assume that's the guy that tells us to get on the ship again. So yeah, I think Salamand is where we were going, right? That seems to be familiar. So that's where we're going to get our mithril. How we're gonna re-equip our entire army, I don't know. So who the heck are you guys? Bafsk! The city to our east is under control of the Empire. They're building something terrible there. Right. How about you? Here to ride the airship? If you got cash, there's no place I can't take you. Ah. One of the airship pay the guy behind me. Alright. This guy? He's behind you. The city to our east is under control of the Empire. Yeah. This guy. She gonna ride on Sid's pride and joy. The only airship of its kind in all the world. No matter how far it would take you to your destination in a blink of an eye. Not right now. We're fine. But that's good to keep in mind if we ever need transportation anywhere in the world. So they said north was Salamand, I think. So let's check these places. Yep, same as earlier. Well, let's check if they have better weapons. Eventually. It'll get there. There we go. Weapons shop. Nope, same as the last place. All useless to us. Check the magic shop, maybe they'll have something different. Nope, same exact stuff again. Alright. Well, they don't have much variety in these two towns, do they? I guess it kind of makes sense because they're trade-bound towns, but still. Let's get on out of here and I guess head north for Salamand. Ambushed. Easy. Also easy. Man, they're really just sending us against the same monsters over and over. Which is probably good because we haven't actually been, Why can we not cast these? I guess it's only in combat. Heal people up. So where's, is this Salamander? Sprinter. I don't know how tough this thing is. Unknown man. Flameo it. We're in the mountains. Yeah. Mountain enemies don't like fire. We know this. So yeah, I don't think those things are too tough. They just looked like a tough thing. Oh, Salamander. Here we are. Magic shop. Give me better magics. Hopefully black magics, because we haven't found any more of that stuff. Warp. Banishes the target to another dimension or transports the target to the previous floor when using... Wait a minute. So, is it just one or the other? Like it's a 50-50 that it'll either just teleport you out of the dungeon or it'll banish the enemy? That seems odd. Oh, and we can go to the previous floor out of dungeons. Huh? Okay. This is MP when used in battle. So I can sap someone else's mana. Or I can revive a person. We probably want the revival. These are expensive. I don't know. I haven't really fought enemies that have MP. I don't even know how to check their MP. Because there's no health bar. So there's no mana bar for the enemies either. So how am I supposed to know when they have MP to be drained? I guess if they're using spells? But then... I don't even know. Unless it's sapping my own mana. I guess that's what all spells do, technically. But the resurrect spell is going to be useful for us. Push it out of the battle, and since the enemy do another dimension in combat. So just both at the same time? Huh. Oh, or it only does, it sends them to another dimension if used in combat, but teleports us out of the battle. Well, no. Who knows? I can experiment with it later, because our fancy, you know, temp guy, he's got that spell, so. What can I do for you? Could use a better bow. Thank you. We already have a better mace for you. And the other one doesn't use weapons, so that's all that I can do. And this is all bronze now, which... Seems to be the same, approximately, as copper, just higher magic interference. Yeah, so we don't want more magic interference for pretty much anyone except for the main tank here, who hasn't been tanking a lot. He's been not really the one the enemies are hitting the most, but that's fine. Alright, you just sell the same stuff as everyone else. Alright, so what are we here for? I think we're here for the mithril. Who do we talk about that? You. Where's the mithril? Tell me now. Oh, it's one of the empires we're mining is mithril. You said it's to the north? No, south. Yeah. Beyond the mountain range to the south. So... Mountain range... Beyond the mountain range to the south would be this way? Down this way somewhere in this region? Alright. She did tell me where it was. Yeah, the Empire's enslaved most of Salamand, or enslaved the men of Salamand, and forced them to work in a cave at Summit Falls. You must help them. Okay, I'll do that. I love Yosef, but I know that if I'm around, I would just get in his way. Who's Yosef? I mean, that's the guy we're supposed to talk to, right? Are you Yosef?
Yeah, business with me?
Wild Rose. You're here for Princess Hilda. A little short on the tooth. Or short in the tooth, aren't you? You kids can't fool me. What does short in the tooth mean? Is that slang that I've just never heard before? Does that mean that I'm mithril? I haven't found any yet, but I do have a few leads. But I don't plan on sharing what I do know with a bunch of perfect strangers. So we're perfect, huh? How nice of you to say. You were to use effectively an insta-kill spell on enemies in combat. Out of combat, it'll teleport you out of the dungeon at a high cost of HP. Ah, okay. Good. Gonna need you to do a little something to prove who you are who you say you are. There's a bunch of people from Salamand who are being forced to work in the cave at Summit Falls. Shorten the tooth means you speak very little. Oh, because we ran up to him and we're just staring him down, and then just said Rose, and and then just said nothing else. So I guess that's fair. We are a little weird. Tongue enough for 2 heads. What? That sounds even weirder, but alright then. Rescue them and we'll talk. Okay, bye. See ya. Oh, you're still using fire. That's fine. Level up that fire more. Means you talk a lot? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, soul the air. Maybe we want fire now. Yeah, that's... Yeah, let's throw fire on him. Yeah, that goes. Well, okay, soldier is not as tough as I thought he was. Good. Why does this one tree look different? Oh, tougher goblins. Not that much tougher. Alright. Well, life is easy, I guess. Except for when the game is going all weird again. There we go. Okay, where is this place? Is it all the way over to the left? Is it over to the right? It's called a fall. It's fall to call. So falls I would think would be over here. But I see nothing. Yeah, not that tough. Is it down here? Or is down here back to that other town? It is back to the other port town. Okay. So then why did I go all the way up there? Where's the... Because they said it was back to past the southern mountain range. That's exactly where we went. There's nothing there. Unless I just missed a blatant cave in the wall of the mountains somewhere. It's not over here. So I guess let's make our way back that way. Got bonked. Okay. But I can see why this game was kind of weird, because I don't know, it feels like in the first game everything was very cohesive. All the puzzles worked together, all the like NPCs that you talked to had hints for where you were going, what you were doing. This game seems a little less cohesive, you know? Still decently vampire thorns. We won't have any issue. Yeah, they're still easy. Why is the combat so easy too? It's like in the first game, you would have to try to end up somewhere that was higher level than you know? You'd have to really attempt. But in this, it's like the delineation between an easy and a difficult area is just invisible. Like, these enemies have like 5 HP, and then you go a little too north or a little too south, and all of a sudden you're hitting enemies that are like 500 times more difficult. But at the same time, you're able to kill those enemies. So it's like, why is it that I'm able to handle enemies 500 times stronger, and yet I'm stuck in areas with enemies that are, you know, 500 times weaker, and I just one-shot all of them? Like, how does that work? The combat does not seem super, challenging. Oh, Sasquatch. Okay, maybe we'll get something here. Maybe we just wandered into a place like 500 levels higher than me. We'll, hit these guys with some actual attacks then. Nope. We did not wander into somewhere too high level. We wandered into somewhere low level, and these guys kind of suck. Good. Well, I still don't see where this place is. Oh, are there aquatic enemies? I haven't even checked. We need to go into our canoe and start rowing about for a bit and see what pops out at us. Maybe some fun stuff. Hello, I am under the water. Please help me, I'm drowning. No? Nothing? Okay, I guess aquatic enemies do not exist in this game. Great, good. There's the airship again. Oh! Queen bee, you say? You... do that. You do that. You guys focus fire that thing. In case it's any difficult at all. I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's easy. Okay. Lots of money, though. Appreciate that. Okay, so up here. Switch everyone back to attack so we can get our regularly scheduled auto play going. Alright, I need to test something. I just need to. Because if we move everyone to the front and remove all of their weapons. I just have to see, because I feel like right off the bat, Unknown Man was doing 10 times the damage that everyone else was doing, and it stayed pretty consistent. So everyone just attack with your fists, and let's see how that goes. Because what's it? 22 damage, that's about how much you've been always doing. Maybe a little less because you're not used to it. But if we level them up in fist fighting a little bit, are they all gonna be as strong as Unknown Man? Because if so, no weapon in the game is going to be strong enough to offset that. Because Unknown Man has just been beating the crap out of these things for a long time. And we're still one-shotting everything. Seriously, that guy used to do barely 12 damage, and now he's doing 30. And he had 0 hand-to-hand skill. What is this game? This is not balanced at all, I don't think. 80? Bro went from freaking 12 damage with a stick to 80 damage by just punching them in the nose. Like, that's just ridiculous. It's just a trendsetter. You're popular, you're a trendsetter, you got magic. I mean, how can you beat Unknown Man? He's just a Giga Chad, I think. I don't know. That's it. Who needs weapons? No weapon day. I don't need weapons. We're all just gonna punch. And I mean, there are games where punching can be like insanely good, like Skyrim. If you get the pugilist gloves and get that enchantment off of them and enchant some stuff with it, that can be incredibly good damage, especially if you're a Khajiit. But still, it's not this good. Like, this is some insane amount of damage for fist fighting. Like, usually fist fighting starts out weaker than everything else and then gets stronger as you go along, you know? Kind of like in Kenshi. In that game... Oh, you don't even know what's coming, Mr. Soldier Man. Oh yeah. Just gets punched in the face and he just dies immediately. But in Kenshi, as you level up your fist fighting, you at the first, like, half of the game, you do no damage. None at all. You're just a crappy little punchy dude, and you do nothing but die. And then the second that you get to, like, a certain level, you start unlocking new attacks. You know, you don't only get more damage as you level up, but you get, like, a different variety of attacks. And then you start to get really, really good. And by the very late game, having no weapon is generally stronger than having a weapon. But that's after you've struggled for literal hours to train up the skill. This is just, you know, fresh out the box. You are just godlike and able to punch your way through entire groups of enemies with ease. I don't even know. I feel like it is completely ridiculous. But I'm not complaining, I guess. If I just don't have to buy weapons for people anymore, then sure. Why not? I think we're strong enough to go into the dungeon. So this is our first dungeon. I should probably use more caution, but... punch. Yeah, who needs caution anyway? Throw caution to the wind. We don't need it. We're stronger than caution. But we do want to maybe do a little bit of a healing venture here. There we go. Very good. Very good. Crystal. No, that's nothing apparently. Alright. What are even the balloon things? What is that supposed to be? But alright. One of these days our punching is going to level up and we're going to start doing hundreds of damage a hit. And it's going to be amazing. We don't even need weapons. We don't need weapons. We don't need spells. We don't need anything. You know, screw the shield only run. Nothing only run. It's going to be a stronger build than anything I was doing. Who needs armor? Who needs weapons? Who needs spells? Who needs jewelry? Who even needs quest items? Boy, there's a magic door, just punch it open. That's what I'm gonna do. I am just dumbfounded. I thought maybe, like, for half of the game, I thought maybe it was just that Unknown Man was the female character and that, like, her agility was really high. And so that caused the fist fighting damage to just skyrocket because maybe it scales off agility. But no, it wasn't even that. I mean, it might be partially that, but it wasn't that. Because everyone's now doing the same immense damage. And I'm glad that I tried that out, because we're much more efficient now. We can go sell all those dang weapons that we had. They're just taking up inventory space at this rate. Do we get all the chests here? Yeah. Man, and they really underutilized dungeons so far in the game. I mean, I don't know how far into the game I am, like, lengthwise, but it really seems like... Forget about magic door, just punch it open. See about that? I will. I will punch them open. I'll punch everything. I will literally go all frickin' Saitama on these guys and just one punch man my way to victory. Just see if I don't. Hey, look, magic doors. Can I punch them open? We shall see about that. This one actually does that at some point. Eye drops, alright, great. Good. We won't need them, because we just one-shot everybody. But I'm glad that it's an option. Yeah, and they're still throwing these wimpy baby enemies at me. Like, I mean, they've added a few things, like the sprinters, the soldiers, the goblin guards, but, like, let's just look at this in the context of the first game. So in the first game, you have your characters, and you're in the tutorial island area where the bridge is out. And so it keeps you in an enclosed area with low-level enemies. The highest level thing you're gonna get, you know, you get the goblins and the wolves, which are both pretty easy. The wolves are actually kind of tough, comparatively to the goblins. And then there's the goblin guards, which are much tougher than the goblins. And then you get a couple other things, I think, in that area. But all in all, they're all low-level enemies, but there's harder and easier low-level enemies in that region. Here, it's all just kind of the same. It's like the goblins, the snakes, everything else you fight here. It's all just like 5 HP little, you know. Have you ever seen that video, that meme, where it's just the goblin screaming, just like, I'm just a goblin, I only have like 1 HP. You know, that one? That's pretty much the entire starting area, is just that meme of enemies. And then it just hasn't stopped. Like, when I went north, I found actual enemies with difficulty, but they still kind of melted if I actually put my brain to it. They didn't kill me at all. So south is kind of the only place where it was super scary, or really far north where we went to the other side of the map. But yeah, it's like, even here, and we're all the way across the map from where we were, because like, if we're here, you see, we started here, so this whole area is low level. This whole area is similarly low level, I think. It's just all the same thing, all the same enemies, and they haven't really updated them that much. It's like, why? I feel like I haven't even leveled up at all, because I'm just fighting the same dudes over and over. I mean, look, I got goblin guards here, which were still in the tutorial level of the first area. They do no damage. I don't even know, the scaling just seems way off in this game. The punching is weird. The areas with the enemies spawning is weird. There's no, like, actual visual difference between an area that has low-level enemies and an area that has high-level enemies. You can just kind of wander into your certain doom. I do like the level-up system, though. I do like that, you know, if you use it, you get at higher level. I like that system. I don't like that you have to fight enemies that are higher level in order to keep leveling up. You know, I feel like that... this one. Not this one, evidently. Alright, definitely not this one. Then... this one. Nope. Not that there's much danger in doing this. I mean, I thought the doors would, like, kill me if I chose the wrong one, or maybe spawn, like, a super tough enemy, but no, it's just nothing. Give me your money. Thank you. Stealing the lunch money of all the goblins. Is it seriously gonna be the last door that I go into? It is. I was like, it can't be the one on the left. It couldn't be. From what you can tell, unarmed starts getting outperformed once you start getting 70 attack weapons and dual wield them. Interesting. But that's just weird. Like, why is it that hand-to-hand is just so strong right off the bat for, like, most of the game? Because I doubt that those weapons are very early on in the game, right? And by that point, you've already leveled up your hand-to-hand so much that it's like, is it even worth it to switch back just to use those other weapons? Maybe. Especially if they start giving us weapons that have, like, innate spells. Because I really liked the innate spells in the first game. So you can just keep casting spells every turn and not worry about spell slots or anything. Yeah, so that's nothing. You can cross that off the list. And then there was still another chest over there by a bridge, and 3 doors in the top left. Would I trust a rickety wooden bridge down in the middle of a cave? No. It's a game, so we're fine. You know, at this point, I can't even tell if my guys have gotten injured or if we've just leveled up so much that our health, our max health, is starting to, like, run away from our current health. Because it doesn't heal you when you level your health up. Also, you said something about attacking yourself. How do you do that exactly? Because if I could level up my combat skills a bit more, one-shot things even harder, I would be happy to know about that. Because I know that I can cast the heal spells indefinitely on my own party, and it did seem to level it up as I was using that. Is it the same thing where I use just damaging spells on myself? Not the rightmost one. But yeah, we're not leveling up very much past this point yet. We've kind of plateaued. Other than, like, health. Health is still sometimes going up. But our weapon skills have kind of... Punch yourself in the face is my favorite kind of workout. See, that's how you got so strong, Unknown Man. That's why you outperform everyone. Is because you're just a punch yourself in the face kind of guy. Select attack? Can I select attack in this menu? No. think it has to be in combat. Help us, please. Help us, please. Help us, please. Help us, please. Ebos, it's you. Am I ever glad you're here? Who are you? This is Yulsif's daughter, Nellie. And that dastardly Borgen has been holding her hostage to threaten Yulsif. Princess Hilda told you to bring her back some mithril, right? Well, that's normally where I step in. I figured out that this is where the mithril is coming from easy enough. So I thought I'd get the jump on you guys and nab the mithril before you could get here. Only I messed up and got caught. Me, of all people. Oh, see, here's a pro tip here, Paul. Drop the sword. Even with 0 skill, you're gonna outdamage that sword by a long shot if you're just beating their face in. You know? That's what changed my life, you know? I need to write a book about this. Like one of them self-help books. Where it's just like, you know, one simple trick to do 10 times the damage, you know? So many fantastical names. This guy's just Paul. Yeah. You know, Paul could be fantastical. You don't know. Thanks for saving us. I owe you one. Alright. Look out for all the monsters out there. There are many. Let's see. Oh, slimes. Can I punch the slimes? I can. Okay. I assumed maybe slimes were like an enemy you had to... Oh, maybe. Maybe I only hurt them because it was a crit. Well, they also don't really do any damage to us. Are we just gonna wait for crits? Yeah, I think we can only hurt them on crits. Because it, like, breaks through some of their armor. Well, we just punched our way through a bunch of slimes. So, I don't think anything can beat us now. I mean, I think that slimes are pretty much the most physical damage resilient enemies in the game, and I'm just like, nah, I'd win. Your first tanky enemy. Alright, well now we got Cure 4. Oh, back to regular enemies. Good. So let's look at the map here. There's a chest there, a door there, and a ladder there. So, fire tome. Is that just... Wait, is that just to learn fire? Huh. We already know that spell. That was literally in the first town. This game loves to just give literally all the physical defense to random enemies. Punching stress so far. It is. It's just ridiculous. Look at us go. We just punch our way through every obstacle, even the tanky enemies. So, I guess I should probably go through the door and see what's in there first. 'Cause I'm pretty sure the ladder is where I'm supposed to go. But I should check that door. Yep, nothing. As expected. We're so close to another level of punching stats. We just need a lucky, you know, fight to give us some more stats. I kind of want to find more of those goop guys, because we got more XP fighting them than we got in anywhere else. Oh, garlic, nice. We got 2 doors, a chest, and that's it. Well, I guess that's the wrong way. I thought I'd just be able to turn left, but no, that's a wall. Ambushed? Oh, goodness me. Alright, ambushed. That just means that they'll give us a chance to level up our health stat more, which is always important. You know what's even worse about the punching stat being like the best early game weapon is that also having weapons lowers your magic effectiveness. Oh hi, is this an actual tough guy? Once we get past this random group of enemies. But it's like, so you can have both the maximum amount of magic effectiveness by not wielding weapons and the maximum amount of damage until later in the game. You know? That seems a little weird. Also, Ebos is almost out of mana right now, so we're gonna use some potions to just heal some people up. Because some of them were looking a little dablaged.
Rebels. Never thought I'd have to deal with your kind down here. Well, if you think you're getting mithril, you'd be right. My mithril blade, straight through your heart.
Yeah, how about my mithril fist straight through your face? How's about that? Yeah, punch him. Alright. Good game, guys. Tough fight. I punch and I cast spell. True. I have the magic, and I have the magic of fists. Oh! Level 4 hand-to-hand on everybody. This is gonna be interesting. How much damage are we gonna do now? Mithril. We don't know how much mithril. Just mithril. Is it 1 chunk? 50 chunks? I mean, I guess it's enough for a whole army. How would we carry that in our back pocket? I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be our plan. I could even get everybody like a different speciality. You know, have 2 white mages, 2 black mages, and just kind of obliterate everything. We call them muscle points. Oh, of course, of course. That is very fitting for this run. We got muscle points. Honestly, that also fits for Dragon Ball Z, which I've still been watching. It's been going well. Cannon builds for everyone in the second playthrough. The punch just looks like it trivializes a lot. It does. It really does. I mean, we're gonna see how it gets to the late game, but oh boy, so far it is just the spin to win strategy. But I've been thinking about power level a lot more in Dragon Ball Z, and it still seems very bizarre in that, like, it's obviously not a physical stat. Because just by having muscles, you can't manifest lasers and blow up planets, you know? So obviously, it's some type of, like, I don't know, I guess chi would be the best, best description of it, but still, it's like, it's something weird. It's some force that just gets stronger and stronger, even in humans. I mean, there are humans that can rival the Saiyans in power, and it's like, how does that work? They're not even aliens. They're just some guy that worked out a lot, and whammo, he can shoot a laser. Like, how? But I do like that the series doesn't answer many questions, so you don't have to ask a lot of questions, you know? The worst part is when a series tries to answer questions when it really is not good at answering questions. Monsters. Oh no. Oh, Lantern. I guess we can see how tough we are against this guy now. Easy. That was one of the tougher enemies from the other area. Well, what was that? I moved out of the way too fast. Teleport tome. Oh, okay. I guess that's good. I was gonna buy that for Ebos at some point. But that just saved me like 1,000 gold, so thank you, I guess. So yeah, it's a bit odd, but I do like series that make it so I don't have to ask many questions. I still end up asking questions, as is obvious by me, you know, looking for answers about it. Punch only run remains viable? Really? I mean, it has to be, because as you can see, Punch is one of the main weapon skills. So obviously Punch has to stay as viable as every other weapon skill. It may not be, like, stronger than the other weapon skills by the end once you get better weapons, but it's gotta stay at least competitive with the other ones for it to be, you know, a main weapon skill on there. But the shield only run is still a option here. I do wonder, I'm gonna try equipping someone with double shields and seeing how much less damage they do. Because if it's still technically the unarmed combat damage, then I might be able to dual wield shields and it work fine. There we go. Now Snail has dual wielding shields. Of course, that doesn't work on magic people. So let's see here. Because the shields reduce... that did reduce the damage significantly. Yeah, and you can't have the shields because you actually need your magic skill. So yeah, it does seem like you end up reducing your physical capabilities significantly if you're using double shields. So perhaps not the way to go about it. Oh, and then you're using shield skill. Interesting, interesting. That's why it was doing less damage, is because it wasn't the overpowered, you know, hand-to-hand skill that it was using. I think you can have one shield and still use the hand-to-hand skill. But then you'll be... Because right now it's like we're dual-wielding. The damage seems... It did seem possible. And because you can level up the shield skill, I assume that it's about as good as other weapons. We would just need to, you know, have 4 people that all had dual-wielding shields. And it would increase your durability significantly. Yeah, shield only run is indeed possible, I would think. It seems very doable. So that's on the list. Final Fantasy II shield only run. I will probably do that before the Dark Souls 2 shield only run, if I'm being honest. Because I have been avoiding that for a long time. I think our guys could actually use some healing, but we're kind of out of healing right now. We've been fighting for so long. I mean, we're only like half health on people, so we're honestly not doing badly. Should I even still have encounters on? Slows down fights, and I bet it would give you more control over turns. Maybe. More time you could consistently get healing. That's true, but also we would need some way to get healing that... I mean, I guess we could still get healing through spells. It's just the shields reduce your magic potential a lot compared to even the other armor types. So it probably would not be very easy to get good healing on a shield-only run. Man, they really just like to throw stuff at us. 99 potion strat, you right. 99 potions is a great strat. I got 99 potions and a weapon ain't one of them. That's gonna be the title of the run. Yeah, I like keeping the combat on because I feel like it's more how the game is supposed to be played. But it is also F3 is still encounters off. But it does get a little bothersome when it's like I'm not getting any real XP from these guys. So it's like, why am I fighting them? I'm leveling up every so often. Like there we got some HP and some money, but truly, like, what does that do for us? If we can't level up our hand-to-hand, then what's the point? I still remember in Morrowind, the DLC of Morrowind, the Solstheim, I think, there was a quest that kind of necessitated having hand-to-hand skill, because there was this guy that you were supposed to beat up but not kill, and the only way to really do that was to use hand-to-hand skill and just punch him. That's how the quest was supposed to be completed, and it was a necessary quest for what I was trying to do. So I remember taking a freaking skeever or whatever, like a rat, and just punching it. I wasn't able to hit it because my hand-to-hand skill was so low, but it was like a higher level rat, so every time I would try to punch it, I would miss and get a little bit of hand-to-hand skill, and I sat there for a solid, like, hour just punching that rat forever until I eventually got enough hand-to-hand skill to do the quest. That's kind of what this reminds me of, is the rat punching. There we go. It just took some time. Can we go down the river? No. A 0 to hero story. Yeah. And then I used the punching for that one quest and then never used it again. I spent all that time training up that skill just to do that one quest and nothing else. It was great. Another, you know, hand-to-hand story of victory was, have any of you heard of a game called, I think it's called Mordhau? Isn't it? I think it is. I haven't played it in a while, but, turn-based DBZ game on DS from every character in 99 individually for a secret boss. Oh. But, in Mordhau, it's like a combat game where you're supposed to have weapons and you hit things, and there's like different damage types and armor types. So yeah, it's a good game and semi-realistic when it comes to the durability and like usefulness of armor. But when I got into it one time, I went into a horde match, which basically is just, you know, a bunch of waves of enemies keep appearing and you and your allies need to survive it. Also, I'm going to turn encounters off because there's nothing important out here. And so I joined late. Very late. So I had nothing. I had like $5 to my name. and I'm supposed to go back to the main town, aren't I? Bring the mithril, probably. I'll go talk to Yosef. Why not? But, yeah, so I had nothing. And it was late in the game, so we were on, like, wave 10 or something. And I had just diddly. And so I went in there, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna just give up. I could give up. I probably should give up. But I am going to fight this out to my last. So I did. Everybody else died on that round. Everyone else was dead on my team. It was just me versus an onslaught of AI bandits that were coming to kill me. And I just kept kiting them backwards and punched them. Just bare-fisted punching. And the reason it worked so well is because punching is blunt damage, and the game correctly has it set so blunt damage goes through armor very well. So even the high-end enemies that normally a sword, like a low-level sword, wasn't able to touch, I was doing good damage to, because I was just punching them in the face. And yeah, I ended up beating the round. Not fully single-handedly. I'm sure the allies probably killed like 90% of all the enemies. But that last 10% I took down by myself with just my fists. So, another, you know, hand-to-hand story of success.
You'd better get that mithril back to Altair. Princess Hilda is waiting for you.
Alright. But it is after 3 hours. I need to put the box and gloves away and get off the stream. It's difficult because I'm actually like enjoying the game now that I can just laugh at me pummeling the entire world into submission. You know? It's funny. Wait, I don't even need to take the port, do I? I'm fairly certain map-wise. Yeah, I'm able to just walk back. So yeah, we're gonna walk back, and then I guess we're just gonna end the stream. And I do have some quests I would want to do, but I also feel like I probably can't play today after stream, just because I am hungry, and I want to eat food. And usually, I mean, I guess I could, unless you have a lot of time today, so I could like go eat food and come back in like an hour, and we'd be able to play stuff then. This isn't the right town. That's still the town. Okay. I forget that it boxes us in. There we go. But yeah, there's a quest that I want us to do. That's the Singularity Weapons quest, and that will get us some Varindi Slayer stuff. But yeah, I will eat, and then I'll Discord ya after however long that takes, and we will see if there's anything we can do in that time. Alright, lady, we got the Mithril. The Empire has also suffered heavy losses in the Battle of Fiend. They're building the Dreadnought at Bafsk to help compensate for those losses. Do some dailies in the meantime. That would be smart. Ask about... Oh, so we need to learn Dreadnought. There we go. Ask about Mithril. Please lose no time in bringing back the Mithril. Right. Kia. I was like, how does she not know that I have the Mithril? I'm like holding it up right in front of her. But no, I actually needed to select the Mithril. You found the Mithril! Now we're finally able to fight the Empire on equal footing. Please take the Mithril to Tobal, the town blacksmith. I'm certain he'll be able to use it to make you some magnificent weapons. Oh, I already have some magnificent weapons right here. You know? I call this fist Graugery, and this fist Jim. And with those, we cannot fail. And that is canonical lore right there. That we, for the rest of the game, those are the names of our fists, and they shall wreak vengeance upon the enemies. I should probably stop the stream. I just keep going from one thing to another. I'm just like, bring the mithril to the guy. Can do. It's like, no, you need to stop the stream. Come on. Waiting for the chance to work this metal for as long as I can remember. Alright, leave the rest to me. Swords, armor, you name it. I'll start crafting. Been too long since I let my hammer ring. Okay, so is he a new vendor? Don't need mithril and I got these guns. It's true. You can buy the equipment I made over the shop counter. This will keep my hands full, I'll tell you that. Okay. Shop counter. Nothing. Thank you. Is this one? Yeah. It's just down for everyone. Even the game understands that it'll do less damage if we equip these. Also, what was he talking about with, like, armor? Didn't he say that there was armor? Maybe that's at the armor shop. Because I want to see if mithril armor does well with magic interference. Because, I mean, mithril is a magical metal. So... actually not bad magic interference. So here is my plan. It's a brilliant plan. Not really. But... okay, we don't need any shields. We are gonna get 3 mithril helmets, 3 mithril armor, and 3 mithril gloves. You might be like, but that will disrupt our magic. Well, when have we used magic? Like, seriously. It doesn't disrupt it that much. Only 50 magic interference with a full set. Actually, if I do optimal, yeah, it equips weapons. It doesn't know what's optimal. It is a fool. But it does equip the mithril, so... so we will have max defense and max punching. Alright, well, we will call it there, or I am going to be at this for a long time, you know? I need to go outside the town to save. That's fine. And it's lagging. Okay, the game does not want me to leave. Dropping Black Mage for raw DPS punching power. That is true. I mean, we'll still have the magic. We'll have a little bit of interference, but honestly, like, the regular armor that we started with gave, like, 70-something interference if we put it on. So a full set of mithril having only 50 interference is kind of amazing. So we'll still be able to do our magic punching, you know, build. Oh, and can you imagine if we get, like, temper and haste? I don't know if those are in this game, but if there's temper and haste, and you put that on Unknown Man, and they just start clobbering people with the fury of 1,000 suns, I think that will be very nice. But we'll have to see about that next time. Honestly, I was a bit iffy about the game at the start. I was like, well, you know, things are weird, the balance is off, the enemies are off, the scaling's weird, the leveling's kind of odd, even though I like the leveling, it's still a little hard to wrap your head around. The shops don't really level up the way you think they would, the magics are a little hard to get a hold of, but most of the game has gotten, like, so much better ever since I learned that I can punch, you know? And yeah, hypothetically, we could have everyone learn how to self-buff, which is so nice. I like that, that amount of free-form leveling, so that'll be nice. We'll figure that out next time. But, hoo boy, it was rough at the start, but now I'm starting to see the good in it, you know? I'm starting to see that punching is the way forward, and the way, the truth, and the light in this game, and that's what we're gonna do. So, I'll see you guys next time, which is probably tomorrow, same time, as always. Thank you for being here, Snail and Unknown Man, and anyone else that may be here. for this punching journey. So goodbye.